I started this project about 2 weeks ago. It's a 3-way 10-inch woofer with a 5-inch mid-range and a 1-inch tweeter. I chose an MDF material, 1 1/8 inch thick, with rabbeted joints. The crossover is located in the chamber with the base woofer. These are the wires. I cut out the tweeter, the mid-range, and the woofer with a router. I chose not to use bracing with the thought that the dimension of the walls don't really require me to use any bracing. The woofer is a 10-inch woofer made by Audio Concept, La Crosse, Wisconsin. The mid-range is also a Audio Concepts driver, 5-inch mid-range. The tweeter is a 1-inch aluminum dome from Viva speakers. This is the woofer end. The volume on the woofer cabinet is about 1.71 cubic feet. The crossover is also a Audio Concepts component built for a 100-watt system. I intend to fill the cabinet space, both on the mid-range and the woofer, with a Acoustifill. It's kind of like a pillow material. There are different grades. I intend to cover the inside walls with a acoustical ceiling tile material, with addition of the Acoustifill, or they call this acoustical foam, not foam but fill. I'm choosing not to use a bead of sealant in the corners due to the fact that I've got about 1 1/8 of material where I have glued the edges, the rabbeted edges. I'm taking the assumption that because of this is all glued and not screwed, that I should not have any air leaks in my joints here. So it should be, or I hope to have, a airtight system here. I haven't decided on what I plan to cover this up with. I'm hoping to find a material, a spray-on texture material, paint-like texture, to give it some depth and some visual appealing effects to it. The volume for the mid-range and tweeter part of the cabinet is about 0.58. It's much larger than what I intended on. I originally intended on about a 0.2. I can always fill up the chamber with solid lumber to take up the space in order for the mid-range to perform under ideal conditions. For a grill, I haven't really came up with an idea yet. I've got a lot of different options. I can either put a full-face grill on there, traditional, with audio cloth going over the whole front face, or I could put on individual speaker grills. This sort of gives you an idea what it should look like when everything's put together. I went and got and cut up the pieces that I'm going to glue to the side of the cabinet on the inside. Here's another shot of the mid-range tweeter chamber. Here's the speaker standing upside down on the woofer side, I've got the ceiling panels installed all the way around. There's the crossover. See if I can zoom in. Here I have the top and bottom clamped in. I have 4 clamps clamping in both the bottom and the top. Here's another view. And here's another view. You have your woofer compartment and tweeter and mid-range.